Happy New Year's, everybody. This is Brock, and I'm wanting to talk to you all today about, well, let's see. Got a few things I want to talk about, and they are going to pertain to what it's like to be a conscious mom. Um, One thing it is, you know, is it's very eye-opening being a conscious mom because once you are conscious, you see through a lot of things, and it's almost as if you want to help everybody and tell everybody everything that you know, and um, you know you have a lot of questions on why would people raise their kids in like a certain way, why do people treat their kids a certain way. Well, first of all, everyone needs to acknowledge that we are no longer in slavery. And, you know, if you think about how, people were treated back then, it wasn't, of course, a good feeling. And nobody wants to be mistreated. So there's the golden rule: you do unto others as you have them to do unto you. So it all plays a major, factor in that. The things that you didn't like when you were growing up, those are things that you need to break down and analyze and think about those things so you don't make the same mistakes with your children. And that's what I did. The things that I didn't like when I was growing up, because you can't go back and you can't, yeah, you may get upset and you may have all these questions of why. But, those were lessons, and it's nothing that you can do, but bring out the positive in those things. So if it was things that you didn't like growing up, change those things when it comes to your own children instead of being upset at your parents. Um, you know, when I was growing up, you know, back then it was always, you spare the rod, spoil the child, and, getting whoopings and all this type of stuff. And, when I started coming into realization of certain things, my youngest didn't, of course, get as many whoopings as my oldest one. And reason being is because I wasn't, knowledgeable, and I didn't, wasn't conscious in thinking about those things. Because people don't need whoopings, beatings, or whatever. Everybody, is a beautiful, loving soul. You come into the world that way. And everything ugly that you are taught or exposed to, those are things that, you need to work on and change, because we didn't come here to be mean and ugly. Everybody possesses love inside of them. And so what I did was I just corrected the things that I didn't like. And it took me, you know, getting upset, writing down things, confronting um, situations that I was faced with. And I cried, and I was angry. I was going through all these different mixed emotions of things because deep down inside I knew that they were not right. As a young child, I already knew that that was something, that how you didn't handle problems like that. You don't hurt animals. You don't have to hit people to get your point across. um, you know Everybody responds well to love and talking to. And that's all it basically takes. You don't have to hit people and yell at people, because that same thing that you're dishing out is what you end up going to get back. If you're giving love, you're going to get love. If you're yelling at people, that's what's going to happen. And so karma is real. And I recognize that, you know, in my relationship with my children. And so I made that a point as, I grew, and as I'm growing and awakening, and awakening is not something that just happened on like boom. It is a process, and you can be like this with your children if you want it to be. You don't have to be, oh, when they get terrible twos and when they get to teenagers, they gonna act a fool. No, your kids do not have to do that. And I'm a living witness. They don't. It's all in how you decide that you want to a relationship to be. And your words are very powerful. If that's what you want, say it, and that's what you'll get. But I don't speak those type of words into my life, and especially in my children's life, because I already tell them that I'm not raising ordinary, regular children. My kids are special. They come through me, of course, and I'm supposed to guide them and lead them in the best direction that I can. And that's been my goal. And I didn't just have them for fun. I didn't have them to have people to yell at and do stuff for me and, to mistreat. And they're here for purpose. And, that's what people need to recognize and realize that those seeds were given to you for purpose. And what you choose to do with it, you know, is solely up to you. Either it's going to be good or either it's going to be bad. And so you are the one that's left up to decide that. And it is room for change. You can change, and it's probably hard. It may be hard because there's once you've done things for so long a certain way, change is difficult for some people. But it is hoping you still can change. You can change your relationship with your family and your children and all of that. But telling the truth and being real is what's going to get you there. And that's what I've chosen to do. And that's keep it 100 and be honest, with myself and my children. And you just never know how things will be. And it's amazing that if I can be truthful, then they have no reason to afraid to be truthful. And, it works both ways. So I don't have to sit up and say, are you lying about this? Are you lying about that? I don't have to question it because if I can be true, then they can be true as well. And so I trust them to do exactly what they're going to do because I have faith in how I raised them to be. If you raising good people and your intentions are good on the things that you do, then you don't have no reason to, be worried about the decisions that your children are going to make because you've done your best, you know, and you haven't disappointed them to the point where they can't trust you. Now, trust is the one thing you can, build that trust, but once you mess that trust up, it's a hard thing to get back with people. And so the ones that are very close and special in your life, you better make sure that doing the right thing and be open, honest, and, most of all, tell the truth. You know, the truth is the best thing going right now. And it's been the best thing going. And that's why the world is in, the situation that it is right now because people lie too much. Learn to tell the truth, teach your kids to tell the truth, and deal with people that will tell you the truth, you know. And that's all I really have to say about this one right here is just, people learn to get real with yourself and come clean and be honest and just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Nobody is saying dig all your stuff out the closet and, you know, tell your whole life story, but just be honest. If you are a certain type of person, be honest about the type of person you are and work on that and change. Do better. Make decisions to do better and stop lying and fronting. If you ain't got it to spend, quit lying and saying you got it to spend and living a certain way and living beyond your means and living without purpose, fronting for the person that don't even care about you, you know. Um, but that's all I wanted to do is make a video, and that's basically about speaking your truth And, the universe is your stage on which, you dance. And so, be guided by your heart. And where there is love, there is no question. And with that, I'm out of here. I got to go hang out with my daughters. Bye bye.